Ladies and gentlemen, faith over fear is a principle that has guided countless individuals through adversity, uncertainty, and the unknown. It is the idea that instead of allowing fear to dictate our decisions, we lean into faith in a higher power, faith in our purpose, and faith in the divine plan set before us. Fear is a natural emotion, hardwired into our being for survival. But when it becomes the dominant force in our lives, it holds us back from the greatness we are destined for. Faith, on the other hand, is the antidote to fear, allowing us to move forward even when we cannot see the entire path ahead. It is what enables people to step into their calling, take risks, and pursue their dreams despite the challenges that may arise. Faith is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Many times in life, we are faced with situations where the future is unclear. There is a moment of hesitation, a pause where fear creeps in and whispers all the reasons why we shouldn't take the leap. Fear tells us that failure is inevitable, that we are not good enough, that we do not have what it takes. It paralyzes us, making us second-guess ourselves and preventing us from taking action. But faith counters that voice. Faith reminds us that we are not walking alone, that there is a plan for our lives that is greater than our understanding, and that every step we take in trust is leading us closer to our destiny. When people operate from a place of fear, they limit themselves. They stay in comfort zones, avoiding risk and missing out on the opportunities that could transform their lives. Fear creates excuses for why we can't chase our dreams, why we can't pursue that new opportunity, why we can't believe in something bigger than ourselves. It keeps us stuck in cycles of doubt, preventing progress and growth. Fear manifests in different ways. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, and even fear of success. It is sneaky, disguising itself as practicality, as logic, as caution. But the truth is, most of the time, fear is just an illusion, a roadblock that exists only in our minds. Faith, however, shatters those illusions. It tells us that we are capable, that we are supported, and that we are meant for something more. Faith is what allows a person to start a business despite not knowing all the steps, to pursue a passion even when the world says it's unrealistic, to take on a leadership role even when self-doubt tries to creep in. Faith is what gives us the courage to step into the unknown, trusting that each step will be guided. It doesn't mean there won't be difficulties, but it does mean that those difficulties won't have the final say. Throughout history, some of the most successful individuals have operated from a place of faith rather than fear. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They didn't wait until they had all the answers. They stepped out, believing that things would come together, that resources would appear, that doors would open, and that the right people would come into their lives. They embraced the unknown with the confidence that even in moments of struggle, there was purpose. Every great story of success begins with someone who chose faith over fear, who refused to be paralyzed by the what-ifs, and instead focused on the possibilities. Faith doesn't mean ignoring reality. It doesn't mean disregarding preparation or wisdom, but it does mean believing in something greater than what can be seen. It means understanding that there is more at work than just our immediate circumstances. It means knowing that even when challenges arise, they are not there to defeat us, but to refine us. Faith is about trusting the process, understanding that setbacks are often setups for something greater, and that what seems like a failure today may actually be a redirection towards something better. People who choose faith over fear understand that they don't need all the answers right away. They don't need to have every detail figured out before they start. They understand that growth happens in the journey, not just in the destination. They take steps, even small ones, in the direction of their purpose, knowing that clarity often comes with movement. Faith is active, not passive. It is not simply sitting back and hoping things work out. It is stepping forward with confidence, even when the path is not fully visible. There are countless stories of people who took leaps of faith and found success on the other side. Entrepreneurs who started businesses with nothing but an idea. Artists who pursued their craft despite criticism. Leaders who took risks when others hesitated. They all had moments of fear, moments of doubt, moments where it would have been easier to stay where they were, but they didn't let fear win. They chose to believe that they were capable, that they were guided, and that they were created for a purpose. Sure, here's a 1,000-word expansion on purpose in every step, without an ending sentence or headings. Every journey in life, whether it is personal, professional, or spiritual, is filled with twists and turns, highs and lows, victories and setbacks. Many people look at the obstacles in their path as roadblocks, assuming that difficulties mean they are off course. But what if every single step, including the missteps, had a purpose? What if the setbacks, the delays, the failures, and even the moments of doubt were all part of a greater design? Life is not a straight path from point A to point B, but rather a winding road with lessons hidden at every turn. Understanding that there is purpose in every step allows people to embrace the process rather than resist it. It transforms frustration into faith, confusion into confidence, and disappointment into determination. Often, people want success to be immediate. They want to reach their goals as quickly as possible, avoiding difficulties along the way. However, success without struggle is fragile. The process of growth, of refinement, of learning from challenges is what builds resilience. Without the lessons that come from difficulties, people would not be prepared for the blessings and responsibilities that come with success. The purpose behind every step is not just to get to the destination, but to shape a person into someone who can handle what they are working toward. If someone were handed everything they ever wanted without struggle, they would not appreciate it, nor would they know how to sustain it. It is the journey that prepares the person, not just the destination. Many times, people feel stuck in seasons of waiting. They wonder why things are taking so long, why doors are not opening, why their hard work has not yet paid off. This frustration can lead to doubt, causing people to question whether they are on the right path. But what if the waiting season is not a punishment but a preparation? What if, during that time, skills are being developed, mindsets are being strengthened, and unseen opportunities are aligning? There is purpose in the waiting, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Growth is happening beneath the surface, like the roots of a tree stretching deep before the branches ever reach high. Failure is one of the most feared experiences, yet it is one of the greatest teachers. When things do not go as planned, there is an opportunity to reflect, adjust, and come back stronger. Failure is not a stop sign. It is a lesson. It reveals areas that need improvement, strategies that need adjustment, and mindsets that need shifting. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point. They did not reach success because they never failed, but because they did not let failure define them. They understood that each setback carried a lesson, and each lesson was another step forward. When people shift their perspective to see failure as part of the journey rather than the end of it, they develop the perseverance needed to keep going. Challenges and difficulties refine character. They teach patience, discipline, humility, and persistence. If success came easily, people would not develop the strength to sustain it. Think about an athlete training for a competition. If they only ever practiced when it was easy, they would never build endurance. It is the difficult training sessions, the early mornings, the sore muscles, and the mental battles that prepare them to compete at their highest level. The same principle applies to life. The struggles build endurance, preparing people for the moments when they need strength the most. Unexpected detours often lead to the greatest opportunities. Many times, people set out with a specific plan, only to have life redirect them in an unforeseen way. This can feel frustrating, especially when the original plan seemed solid. But sometimes the path people plan for themselves is smaller than the one they are meant to walk. When things do not go according to plan, it is easy to assume something went wrong. However, what if the plan was too small? What if something greater was in store? Some of the greatest breakthroughs in life come from what initially felt like a breakdown. When a door closes, it is often because a better one is waiting to be opened. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of purpose. It is easy to look at others and wonder why their journey seems to be moving faster, why they have achieved success sooner, or why their path seems easier. But every person has a unique journey, and no two paths are the same. What works for one person may not work for another, and what looks like an overnight success is often years in the making. Comparing one's journey to someone else's only leads to frustration and discouragement. Instead of focusing on others, the focus should be on trusting that every step of one's own journey is leading exactly where it is meant to. Taking action is one of the most critical steps toward success, but action alone is not enough. Many people work hard, put in countless hours, and push themselves to the limit, yet they still find themselves feeling stuck, unfulfilled, or disconnected from their true purpose. The missing piece is alignment. When action is taken without alignment, it often leads to exhaustion rather than achievement, frustration rather than fulfillment, and movement without meaningful progress. Alignment means being in sync with a greater plan, ensuring that effort is directed towards something meaningful rather than just keeping busy. It is the difference between running in circles and actually moving forward. Many people believe that success is only about hard work. They assume that if they grind hard enough, hustle long enough, and push themselves to the extreme, they will eventually get to where they want to be. While effort is important, direction matters even more. A person can row a boat with all their strength, but if they are going in the wrong direction, they will never reach their desired destination. Action without alignment is like driving without a map. No matter how fast the car moves, it may not be heading in the right direction. Alignment ensures that every step taken is purposeful and that energy is invested in things that truly matter. Alignment requires clarity. Many people take action without first understanding what they are working toward. They chase success based on what society, family, or culture has told them they should want, rather than what is truly meant for them. This leads to people climbing the wrong ladder, only to reach the top and realize it was not the right one. Before taking massive action, it is important to pause and ask, is this aligned with my purpose? Is this truly where I am meant to go? Taking time to reflect on these questions prevents wasted effort and allows for more meaningful progress. Fear often pushes people to act out of desperation rather than alignment. When people are afraid of failure, they rush into things, trying to force success rather than allowing it to unfold naturally. They take jobs they do not love, pursue careers that do not fulfill them, and say yes to things they know are not right for them simply because they fear missing out. However, forced action rarely leads to lasting success. When people operate from a place of alignment, they trust that the right opportunities will come at the right time. They still take action, but they do not act out of panic. They move with confidence rather than fear, knowing that what is meant for them will not pass them by. There is a balance between patience and persistence. Some people take too much action without alignment, while others wait endlessly for the perfect moment, never taking any action at all. Alignment does not mean waiting forever for a sign or hoping that everything will magically fall into place without effort. It means taking intentional steps while staying open to redirection. It is about listening to intuition, trusting the process, and moving forward with faith. There are moments when it is necessary to push forward, and there are moments when it is necessary to pause and reassess. Knowing the difference is key. Action with alignment often requires letting go of things that no longer serve a purpose. Many people hold on to habits, relationships, and commitments that are not aligned with where they want to go. They continue investing time in things that drain them, thinking that more effort will eventually change the outcome. But true success comes from recognizing when to walk away. Letting go is not failure. It is making space for something better. Alignment means being honest about what is no longer working and having the courage to shift directions when necessary. When people operate from alignment, their actions feel more natural. There is a sense of flow, where things seem to come together effortlessly. This does not mean that challenges disappear, but it does mean that there is a deep sense of peace even in the midst of struggle. Instead of feeling like they are constantly forcing things to happen, they recognize that the right opportunities will come with persistence and trust. They work hard, but they do not feel like they are fighting against life. Instead, they feel like they are co-creating their future with a higher purpose guiding them. Many times people chase success without defining what success truly means for them. They assume success is a certain salary, a specific title, or external validation from others. But true success is not about meeting external expectations. It is about living in alignment with what truly matters. Some of the wealthiest people in the world are miserable because they pursued achievement without alignment. They gained everything they thought